Trying to get him a deal. It's one of those club, you know, goalkeeper club people. I said, look, I've got this Rene Higuita, can we do a deal? I said, are you mad? Like, it was only a couple of grand, but they wouldn't do a deal for me. Because when he did that magical shtick, monster shtick, when he done that sort of double somersault thing, they loved it. They phoned me up the next day and they said, Eric, we want to do a deal, we want to give him a deal for a year. Do 1 year's deal with him. He said, what do you want? I said, well, like £200,000.
As the man said, there's no gain without risk.
Just a genius and just a wee go at it and mad. Absolutely mad, but, you know, great entertainment.
Reckless Rene Higuita, friend of the Colombian cartels, is bang to rights for our #1 shirt. Literally fighting for the #4 shirt are the hard men of British football. Vinnie Jones earned himself a big-time reputation based on a pointless predilection for early bookings and a carefully promoted media image of thuggery. He also acquired the ultimate typecast acting career. But in a team of flawed geniuses, Vinnie has the flaws but lacks the genius. So we reject Vinnie Jones for when the going gets tough, he just wasn't tough enough.
With all due respect to Vinnie, I don't think he would really exist on and live on the pitch with Bremner and Sinisa, people like that.
So two combative former Scotland captains are up for the shirt. Billy Bremner and Graham Souness.
I knew part of the game in midfield was to make tackles, and I accepted that part of the time you'd miss time a tackle or cynicism would creep into it, but that was part of the game.
You didn't mess about with Graham, to be honest with you. In quickly and out quickly. You didn't leave any part of your anatomy dangling.
If you're a competitive type, you can't go out there and say, I'm always going to just be there. Then sometimes you'll just overstep the mark because, well, you can take the good things onto the pitch with you and just leave the bad things in the dressing room. Sometimes the bad things will come on the pitch with you.
When he went on the pitch, he had that little bit of fear factor against the opposition, and he never wanted to get too close and get to know them personally off the field or have a drink after a game and become mates with them.
Graham Souness has been on and off, and Easter Road is going wild.
Souness is a worthy challenger, but just too cosmopolitan for this shirt.
Souness was a sophisticated mercenary hardman. Bremner was a kind of cliched comic strip hardman, carrot-topped, buzzing around the pitch. Bremner grabbed people by the jersey, side by side with being able to lift a pint.
The midfield enforcer of Don Revie's Leeds United mob was once described as a volcano looking for somewhere to explode. And that could be at Wembley or the hotel bar. Billy Bremner is our #4. His first major honour as a player came in the 1968 League Cup final. The occasion was marred by these goal-mouth scenes. Bremner was in the thick of the trouble. His last major final was for the 1975 European Cup. The occasion was marred by these goal-mouth scenes. Bremner was in the thick of the trouble.
Billy Bremner went into the tackle, and he would give you the red flag to say, I'm in this tackle, and it's going to hurt. Boom, go in, bang, crash, wallop.
He did send out warning signals to people. If they were going to try and get a bit tricky with him, I think it's what you call getting your retaliation in first.
Bremner led the notorious Leeds team for more than half a decade. Elland Road became a nightmare destination for visiting teams as he led his players by example in every area of the pitch.
Bremner. Oh, beautiful goal! Oh, what a wonderful goal by Bremner!
Here's Bremner, fiery little man who drives Leeds on.
His teammates were eager and willing students at the Leeds Academy of Hard Knocks. He even succeeded in ruffling Kevin Keegan's feather cut as they became the first players to be sent off in the Charity Shield. Off the pitch, manager Don Revie tried to keep a lid on his volatile team with the sedative powers of bingo. But as captain of Scotland, Bremner was far less restrained. On a trip to Denmark, he threw a drink over a barmaid and became involved in a nightclub bust-up. He returned home in disgrace and was banned from ever playing for Scotland again. Billy Bremner died in 1997 at the age of 54. He has been embraced by the Leeds establishment, cast in bronze outside Elland Road. But we remember him as a hard-tackling, hard-drinking Scot from Stirling, our number 4 for the Bad Boys International. Coming up next, the clown prince of English football and international soccer's most notorious butcher. The longest misspent youth in English football. This player just never grew up. Brilliant but erratic on the pitch, he was uncontrollable and uncouth off it. Boozy pranks and silly hats became his trademark. The Bad Boys' tragicomic court jester, Paul Gascoigne, is our number 8. Sometimes he could outwit and outthink anyone. Other times he seemed incapable of thought at all.
I would have hated to have managed Paul Gascoigne because he just didn't know what he was going to do. He might do something bizarre that could lead to you losing a goal or the match.
Gascoigne's footballing brain resided firmly in his boots. There is precious little evidence of it anywhere else.
He simply cannot contain himself in any circumstance. He's got a brain that is unable to go into any kind of slow motion.
And when Gascoigne went into destruct mode, more often than not, it was self-destruct. His moment of madness in the 1991 FA Cup final hit the headlines, put him out of action for 15 months, and marked the opening of hostilities with the media. He attacked one over-attentive Italian photographer and expressed his contempt for the press. Preparing for a crucial World Cup qualifier, he even managed to offend the Norwegians.
Say hello to Northern. Huh? No. When did you?
He's almost immediately apologized. Oh, no, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, God, you know, I've got myself into trouble again. That lack of control, although he could control a football beautifully with his instep, there was a lack of control in the way he behaved that was evident on the pitch as well as off the pitch, I think.
His wife Cheryl was a victim of Gascoigne's lack of control. He revealed a nastier side to his character when he admitted beating her up. At his new club Rangers, Gascoigne famously pissed on his teammate Eric Boe Anderson, and he pissed off Celtic fans with his ignorant sectarian tribute.
It was a very stupid act to many people, but that was Gascoigne. Insensitive and impressionistic and stupid.
I mean, he's done so many stupid things, Paul Gascoigne, but once again, a guy who's really lit up the field in Scottish football, and certainly the Rangers fans loved him.
That's really got the crowd moving. It's got Gascoigne moving. Here's a great chance. It's a wonderful goal. Paul Gascoigne.
My most vivid memory of Paul was, I says, Paul, I think there's a wee firework display for the kids, you know. I'm your man for fireworks. He says, £80 boxes, I'll get you them for a tenner. So we get the box set and we're looking at them. And you know these big signs have it Sellafield and places like that for radiation splashed on the front of the box, right? And it says underneath it, warning, spectators must be 50 metres from detonation. Right? So I don't need to tell you, we go down to the bottom of the garden and I light this firework off. And then, boom, boom, the whole sky lights up. I don't know where to this day you get these fireworks from, but I tell you what, they were worth the tenner I paid for them, I know that.
Fireworks off the pitch, but Gascoigne's international future was fizzling out. As court jester, though, he was still irrepressible. He led a drinking spree on a tour of Hong Kong, and on the way back caused mayhem on the Cathay Pacific flight.
Oh, here's Gascoigne. Gascoigne, he can finish it here!